You didn't grow up playing music.
I've always loved music, and like my musical tastes were kind of influenced by whatever my older sister was listening to at the time. So early 2000s, like My Chemical Romance, Sum 41, Blink-182, that kind of stuff. So that's Paramore, like all the kind of early pop punk kind of stuff was kind of what influenced me growing up. But I didn't actually start playing music until 2010 when I actually got my first drum set. So I like started out playing drums because at the time my best friend in the whole world, he played drums, and I was like, I want to be like him. So instead of the logical choice of picking a different instrument so we could start a band, I picked the same instrument as him so I could also play drums.
So you didn't want to start like a dual drums only band?
No, that never really crossed our minds. And even when I started like playing drums, it wasn't to like start a band or anything. I just wanted to play music. So I started out like doing like drum covers, and I posted those on YouTube for years, and then kind of slowly evolved into me like picking up a guitar and then me singing, and then now I'm releasing my own music.
Awesome. What led you to switch from drums to guitar? You kind of doing like a Dave Grohl, Phil Collins thing.
Honestly, I don't know. I think I was fascinated by just kind of people being able to write music, and like that's way more difficult to do on drums. Like you can definitely write a song on drums, but it's not like writing a song on guitar with a melody and lyrics and stuff. Like it's very different. But yeah, I also had a few friends that played guitar too, and so maybe they influenced that decision a little bit as well. But their music tastes are very different from mine, so it wasn't like we were playing the same music or anything. But I think I just kind of like the idea of being able to play guitar and sing along.
Cool. So you wrote With You, your song?
Yeah. So I have a few songs released, and I've written them all completely by myself. When I didn't produce them by myself, I don't have that ability. Not a one-stop shop kind of guy, but I have a few friends that have produced a few different songs with me, and they always help me kind of in the producing process to kind of make the songs come alive, so to speak. But like lyrics and just kind of the chords and melody, those are all me.
Cool. So you start with words, like lyrics?
Honestly, it's kind of depends on the song. Like sometimes like a vocal melody will just come to me and I'll start humming along, and then lyrics start to flow, or just sometimes I'm sitting down with my guitar and just fiddling something, and then a chord progression sounds nice and I start with that. But it just, I would say it probably more often is like a vocal melody pops into my head, and then I kind of roll with that. But sometimes it's not the same every time.
Cool.
Yeah.
What got you into writing With You?
I don't know, honestly. Like it's a love song. It's about my wife, actually. So it's kind of funny because the first few songs that I had written by myself were like kind of sadder breakup songs, and they weren't about anything or anyone, and I had to specify that to her every time I was playing them. And it was like, I promise we're okay. This isn't about us. It's just kind of what flowed out of me when I was writing. But yeah, no, With You, I wanted to write a nice love song for us at some point, and just that's what wasn't like intending it to come out when I started writing it. It's just kind of what ended up happening that day, and yeah.
That's actually so sweet that you wrote it about your wife.
Yeah.
And that you had that in mind when you were writing it. You're like, okay, I promise that we're not sad. I'm not sad.
I have to prove it to you that like we are okay. Like we're not on thin ice. It's just for whatever reasons, I guess sometimes like the sadder ideas just seem to flow easier for me. I don't know if it's like that for other musicians, but for whatever reason, I just seem to be able to write things that are more sad easier than kind of happier, lovey-dovey stuff. But it's never like intentional one or the other. It's just kind of like I said, like I'll come up with a vocal melody, and then like I'm kind of humming along, and then like one or two words will spill out, and then that kind of puts me in the direction for the rest of the song, just whatever those words are. So that's what happened with You. It wasn't like I was trying to write the love song. It's just kind of, it started out, and then I've kind of used our relationship as like the inspiration for the rest of it.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Did you come up with the idea for the Instagram reel on your Instagram? It's like a shot of Disneyland, I think.
Oh, yeah. So that one, we're we're actually, that's like my own video. So that's my wife and I, when we got married, we for our honeymoon, we went to Las Vegas and Los Angeles for a few weeks. And so we went to Disneyland while we were in Los Angeles. We'd both never been before, so that was like huge for us. Felt literally like kids the entire time, just kind of geeking out over everything. But at the time when we went on our honeymoon, like I was actually in a different band. Like I wasn't taking these videos for any specific reason other than just like I thought they looked cool. And so now when I start like releasing stuff, I kind of use photos or videos just that I have saved up over the years that kind of look aesthetically pleasing. And so that was one of them. I'm like, hey, that kind of looks pretty cool. And so I just, we were on a ride and we're kind of spinning around. I think it's kind of like the swings ride where you're kind of going in circles. And it was, I remember looking back at it, I was like, oh, that video actually looks really cool. So I ended up just slapping the lyrics on there with the song and it kind of worked out nicely.
Yeah, and it works well with the song. Like it's almost like that's what you had in mind preemptively when you were writing the song.
Subconsciously, I was like, I gotta have a song that works with this Disneyland video. This is the only reason I wrote the song.
Yeah, you're thinking about Disney.
Yeah,
and Disney with your wife.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And then the honeymoon's in there, so you know it all ties together.
Yeah, right on.